Harry Wells goes over the ball. Joe Hayes stretching his chunky little legs as far back as they'll go to give Van Portfleet the room he needs to clear. And oh, it was Hassel Collins who was up comfortably, down uncomfortably, but Leicester ball, Pollard ball, Stewart now for Leicester. Another falls into the tackle. This is Joseph Woodward wearing 12 tonight. Wonderful feet from him. Pollard, Radwan, and the first roars he hears playing in an East Midlands derby. A roars to celebrate his try.
The initial carry from Stewart, but watch Woodward here. Drifts, takes one out, takes two out. And that creates the overlap on the outside that Radwan finishes really good from Leicester's young centre.
Portfleet in the Six Nations swing of things against Italy and Wales. Here's his first club game back since he hurt his knee against Toulouse in January. Denied Mitchell and Van Portfleet tonight. Thumped up by Kata. Oh, and then Van Portfleet seeing some space. He might have to do it on his own. He's got Tommy Raffel. A lot of time to gather here. Jack Van Portfleet, the ball down by his knees. How about that? Sheer class from JVP. Jack Van Portfleet with a try of some quality.
Playing with the advantage, has a look, no guard in place. Augustus gets taken out slightly on the clear out, so he can't bounce out. Pearson's gone too far, and then the control on the kick outside of the right boot, over Hendy perfectly, and this time the ball does sit up perfectly for him. And Leicester off to an absolute flyer. Northampton overloaded this side. Could be short of numbers in that wide channel if Pollard can find it.
Let's have a look. It's Radwan chasing it, so never rule anything out when Radwan's chasing, but Tom Seabrook is back there, and he might find himself in a spot of bother here, Seabrook, and he's been dragged over the doorstep.
He had no choice, didn't he? Just chose to go the wrong way. Look him, steps him. Now, put it on your left foot, get rid. No, he goes again. You're not getting away from Radwan in that scenario in Coffin Corner.
It's hard for Seabrook because he had to be flatter up because of the lack of numbers on that wide channel. That's why Pollard thought the space would be there.
Henderson up highest, Cracknell looking for spaces! Oh my goodness, there was an acre that he drove through gleefully. Northampton 0, Leicester 17.
Northampton think the drive's coming, little peel move. What happens to Seabrook?
We're going to have a chat with Sam Vesti in a minute or so. I can imagine how Sam's feeling. James Ram offering some hope. Saints looking for inspiration. Mayana Vanua, Smith away quickly, and that's gone forwards. Now it's a penalty. Pollard again from the tee, and Leicester now lead by 24. Well, here come the cavalry, and a huge roar, and the enthusiasm that Henry Pollock always brings. Oh, here goes Pollock doing the things he does. It's extraordinary, but it's a brilliant tackle from Radwan. Pollock lays it back, set it up for Seabrook. Seabrook tries to squeeze over. No. And he tried too hard, but the break from Pollock set up the opportunity.
Well, this guy is electric. What an impact. Gets through JVP's tackle. The swerve on Pollard, is outstanding. Radwan just gets back, but then you can see him scrabbling himself. Referee has prime position to see it. It's not a popular decision here, but he's absolutely spot on.
Well, they've gone quickly. Jogan stretching is over. Oh, I think he's dropped it. Oh.
He actually just almost slips over, doesn't he?
Yeah, for me, he slips underneath there, and I think he is attempting to wrap. So,
it's a knock-on, isn't it?
No
5 metre scrum.
And then it's lost forward in goal, so therefore big goal line dropout.
Agreed.
Happy.
Are also being paid by those who paid for their tickets to be inside the stadium. Anyway, we'll hear that tomorrow. Oh my goodness.
I'm not in line.
That looked like it went forwards, but Hendy gets another go, though we're talking point if they score from this, and Pollock does.
He's not convinced, is he?
This isn't a knock-on, Hobby shot.
It's gone forward.
I sense that Stuart Terridge thinks it's gone forwards as well.
This is the one, Woody. So through chest, hands, off the head. Yeah.
And then it's gone forward.
Then it's gone forward. So that is not a knock-on in law. It is, yeah.
Well, once again, a conversation that those inside the stadium are about to get the gist of.
It's 19 carries he's made.
Pollard, Liebenberg. Leicester looking if they can get the ball away for the fourth, but that's gone forwards. Adam Radwan was screaming for it as he came up to offer the support as quickly as he could.
Oh, what's he doing?
That's given away. It's Clare! Gift wrapped in Tigers colours.
Pollock's so eager, isn't he, to just do something, get it going. It's a dreadful pass. They all end up at 6s and 7s, and it just bounces into his hands gratefully. And over he goes for the bonus point, out of nothing.
They have been dreadful tonight. Leicester still looking for more. And that's gone forwards, and it seems appropriate that a knock-on ends the contest. An East Midlands derby like no other, ever. Saints whitewashed, Tigers totally dominant. Northampton 0, Leicester 33. Andre Pollard's first job back in stripes this season is to kick Leicester underway, and it's high and straight down the middle, and an opening test for Saints fullback and captain Furbank. Leicester peeling away to the left-hand side. Chesson gets it away. Van Portfleet stretching. Stewart there.
Snatches opposite number, George Furbank from the first kick-off, and this is clever from Leicester. They use a massive man on the ball, then throwing the pass in Chesson. So Montoya draws defenders, Chesson draws defenders. And if you got Freddie Stewart, yes, he's good in the air, we know that. He's also 6'5" and heavy, so you may as well use him near the line if you possibly can with a bit of momentum. So two excellent ball carriers who demand respect, suck in the defenders. Give it to the big man.
Langdon to the front once more, and Kemeny, and to Langdon, and he spreads it wide, and the charge from Freeman. Very nearly there. Up to the line, it's spun loose. How did it spin loose?
He's scored, hasn't he? Graham scored here. I think it's in one reach.
So I think he's lost it forward into in goal.
I think the same. Just needs to check if he does or not.
Just check it. Okay, so Jacko, on-field decision is no try. We think he's lost it forward into in goal. Just tell me all the restarters, please.
Yeah, no worries. We'll take a look.
Montoya's asking about the blocking line. So I think the key here, Nick, is his right foot. He's stopped short here. Then he puts his right foot down there to push forward again. And does he do it one more time with his knee?
It's the grounding the TMO wants to have a look at.
Well, if it's just the grounding, then the TMO must think it's okay, propulsion-wise.
Yeah, stay with your on-field decision. It's a knock-on in goal line drop out.
It was the hands rather than the feet in the end that cost Sam Graham, who was that close. I think Hutchinson scoring that without Freddie Stewart. As it is, Saints still banging away, impressively trying to find an equalising score. Ram somehow found its way to Tommy Freeman. Freeman skipping through.
Jacko, just clear up how that ball time off. Just time off.
Yeah, it's being checked. The pass from Ram and then that from Furbank.
I think it's a knock-on. This angle's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's forward from Northampton.
Try that wasn't scored. Shouldn't have been and wasn't.
I think the only thing you can say there when you're a Saints fan watching that replay back is, does Stewart's right hand knock it forward, outstretched?
Problems mounting for Northampton. Van Portfleet, Stewart looking for a second. Leicester looking for a second. Liebenberg held up just short. Another penalty on the way. And the try scored. And it's Cracknell.
Northampton are on the back foot. And Freddie Stewart, yes, he's a fullback. He's also, as we said in the first half, 6'5" and 17, 18 stone. So why not use him on the hoof? Why not use him to smash a hole into some defenders? Lots of momentum he carries into contact.
Wales. Not quite. Now Leicester are. It's Chesham. And increasingly you are thinking.
Tom Pearson to the sin bin. One of Leicester's big guns steps up. There have been a couple of instances in this game where Ollie Chesham, the big second row try scorer here, just looks a level above most other players on the field in terms of directness and power. Just a simplicity to what he does. Very, very hard to stop. Great engine, lovely body shapes for a man that big. In the end, there's nothing they're doing about that. They run out of numbers.
They've written volumes on Leicester sides of old. Now the noise and the lights of Welford Road as Saints go a-searching once more. Is this the moment? Maybe. Freeman up to the line. Finally, in the 81st minute, Saints score the try. And that'll hurt Leicester. They'll have been looking to keep them out, but eventually...
For the icing off, weren't it? But lovely play. Wrap around, great angle, takes the ball from behind him. He's got so much power, Freeman. A wonderful angle. Does he get there? Oh, he's lost it. It's been punched out. Does he get it back?
No.
Oh.
That has to be a try.
Yeah.
Does he keep hold of the ball, though? Does he ever lose contact with his left arm?
Well, there's separation, isn't there?
Oh, well, if this one is ruled out, there'll be thousands and thousands of Saints fans switching across the home side.
Pass wasn't perfect. In the end, a great play.
Finn Smith's conversion goes wide, and a look on his face that will sum up the faces of most Northampton folk in these parts. But Leicester, very impressive. Sleeves rolled up, showing their muscles. It felt like Leicester of old.
Scrum battle to relish between the likes of Genge and Du Toit. We've got Lawrence and Van Rensburg up against each other. Spencer and Randall. So much to look forward to. We're underway thanks to AJ McGinty. Stop Ridley. So Bristol given an opportunity here. Lovely ball floated out in front of James Williams. They've released Ibitoye. Danger all around. Over the top he goes. Williams goes wide. Here's Malins. Cannot stop scoring at the moment.
He had the blinkers on for a second. He saw the try on himself, but lovely little offload and then good continuity to give.
Abano. Pepper with the clear out. Russell to Glanville. Good line speed from Bristol. Width though, and Ted Hill is lurking there. And those big paws.
It ain't easy.
He can place his foot under the ball to stop the grounding. That's fine, no problem at all. It's your advantage. It's a penalty.
They always look for separation.
No try,
I don't understand that, because you're right. It's usually around.
Offside.
Williams running a really good line to crash over that gain line as well, giving Randall just a little bit more breathing space for that clearance. But he's got to get his skates on here to put some teammates on side. Harris exploits it all and races through. Sam Harris scores. Well, if you want to mark an important day in your time at a club, just maybe a try like that will help you do it. Sam Harris able to put a hand on him on account of being offside, but through he's gone, and he's found space, and he's torn it up.
Promising young kid.
Ted Hill deemed surplus to requirements at the moment, but what a talent. Ogre finds Batley. Randall for Harding, the captain. Into Pepper. Brought down by Annett. Luatua running the dummy line. A lovely angle cut by Grondona. Could go all the way here on debut. Dreamland for the Bears and particularly for Santi Grondona, fresh out of the Rugby Championship.
That's what happens when you have a couple of serious carriers going to the ball, going to the line at the same time. Genji's a threat you've got to hold. I think it's Ted Hill.
Bristol in enemy territory, and O'Gray steering things towards that try line again. And side entry, this time from de Glanville, taken quickly by O'Gray, sets off to the try line, crashing forwards and over, and surely the score. It's Van Rensburg who ran that short line.
And actually it's a really strong carry, because you look at, he offloads the ball, and who you're running, Bernhard Jansen Van Rensburg's running straight into Benno Abano. Not something that medics advise, but it's a very, very strong carry, and he gets over.
It's a very, very subtle piece of skill as well, running at that speed and taking a quick tap. I've seen lots of scrum halves coming up.
New advantage offside.
Batley, Bath have come offside. Penalty forthcoming. Advantage to the Bears, and Grondona has two. Bristol have a bonus point inside the first half. Huge carries, one after the other. How many times? And there's not a great deal of invention about this at the moment from Bath. And they're hoping the extra man will pay. The double try scorer off the field at the moment. And Bath driving over this time. No try yet again for the third time today. Ted Hill ruled out on 9 minutes. Ollie Lawrence a few moments ago. Guy Pepper here. Working so hard for not much gain at the moment, the home side. Ted Hill makes a little bit of ground. Spencer Russell now with, and Butts flies in. Crucial moments. Different sort of spring in the step of Bath at this point. Russell asking questions, throwing dummies, heading for the try line, might just get there. Support is good, and the try is there for Ross Maloney.
Everything in sports, and it's in Bath's favour at the moment. Beautiful little sleight of hand from Finn Russell. He wasn't anticipating having an opportunity to offload to Ross Maloney for this.
Crossfield they go, just looking for that little extra nudge. Now a bit of forward momentum. O'Gray has it. Support comes in, approaching the try line. It's with Gabe O'Gray. Here's Bristol, and here's another try. Shift that momentum one more time.
Superb bit of mauling from Bristol.
Magnificent. All game. They've come up trumps in really testing moments. Now then, space on the outside. Lawrence skipping clear. Ollie Lawrence for Bath. That's 1 point in the bag.
Bristol had to be around the outside. This pass from Finn Russell, he just had that little double pump. He just sticks George Klosker in the outside channel. The big fella, he don't want to be out there.
Thank you.
A second bonus point on the line here for Bath. Bristol have the results in their pocket. It's gone forwards, and that is it. A big, big win against the Namers. 80 minutes to control those emotions, to channel it all in the right direction. Young players finding their way, and the experienced ones hopefully bringing that all to bear. Donahue trying to free up Stadden. Instead, into the midfield they go. And a Bristol wall. Once again, a charge down, this time falling for Singer, who's going to drive through Ibitoye and pop the ball over for Donahue. And it all came from an error.
It's a charge down kick initially. It's Coconut Singer who reacts the quickest. I mean, this guy is big, he's powerful, he's rangy, likely to get his hands free when he's up in a collision against Ibitoye. You see here, McGinty does a good job charging the ball down, but it's this man that reacts quickest. Wrestles in the contacts, fights to get his arms free, and that support line is world-class. Donahue, sensing that he's likely to get his hands free, hits the ball at pace, walking under the sticks.
on second view. And
stopped short. Good work from Singer and de Glanville, but still the threat exists. Williams. In goes Singer again, and Ibitoye reaches out. Mata with the charge on the bounce for Randall, did well to get it away. Max Laheath on the ball for Bristol. We'll have a word with the Bath Director of Rugby, Johan van Graan, in a moment or two as Ogre slips it out. And away they come, and here comes Van Rensburg, and there's pace on the outside, there's Rich Lane on the outside, and Bristol break the shackles.
Bristol, they come back against the grain of that scrum, but they just create numbers. And if Bath have had one weakness this year, it's their defence to width. The ability, if teams can stick those inside defenders and get the ball and pick nice lines, they've often conceded tries in the wider channels. And, you know, Bristol there, that looked too easy for me. You know, it's 15 men on 15. Looked too easy for Bristol. Bath will be really disappointed from that, but it's the carry from Mata, it's the carry from Laheath. But then the ability to keep your shape, fix the inside defenders, create space to width, preserve that space.
So far this afternoon, the drive stalls at first. Ogre has it, working it tight. Here's Gabe Ogre. Try time. And the recycling is quick, and Ibitoye is there again. He's everywhere. Laheath stopped just short of the line, and Maloney doing everything in his powers to slow that possession up. Fitzharding now crashes onwards and gets the score. It's the bonus point try for Bristol.
And it's Ibitoye with the damage. Bristol do not deserve to make a line break here. It's Ibitoye, stands up Hennessy, takes him on the outside. And how good is it to see a player of Ibitoye's power and pace wanting the ball, running onto the ball at pace. It's Fitzharding that finishes the job, but it's Ibitoye 2 times across multiple phases there that does the damage. First with his line break, second that hard unders line off 9.
Schroeder, Emmons, just beginning to build a little bit of pressure of their own, Bath. It's been a while, nice quick hands. And away to Hennessy, who's not too far from the try line now. Here's Jeans. Premiership debut, Premiership try in the Principality Stadium. Well, that's a crushing blow to Will Jeans and the rest of his support cast, no doubt. But little question, reaches up. Here's Bailey, Hennessy growing into this contest, you feel. Here's Bailey, bit of space opening up here. Can Bath make the most of it? Ewan Richards, couple of dummies, and he's gone!
It's the shape that does the damage. Sam's talked about this energy and line speed. Unfortunately, you can't just do it with the first 4 or 5 players from Bristol. That little ball out the back, they get round that initial blitz defence. It's easy pickings. Bailey straightens really well here. That pump of the ball, that show and go. Run straight. If the defender moves off you, we taught this as a kid in rugby, defender moves off you, go yourself. Good composure, great finish, good pace.
What a tackle from Donoghue. We've seen some brilliant try-saving efforts here today, and that's another one of them. Capon though, for Bristol, heads to the line, job done. The arm outstretched. Penalty on its way if they want it. Ibitoye with a kick pass. Infield to Mata. It's Mata's score. And Bristol make absolutely sure.
It's a penalty advantage, isn't it, Ibitoye? You think he's going to have a little dink himself, but no. It's a crossfield kick. It's that anticipatory line from Mata there. He's expecting the ball to get tapped down by his teammate. Great finish for the camera.
So I'm looking at the effort from the Bath players. They just look out on their feet. I don't think too many of these guys who started have had that many 80 minutes.
Up goes Harding. I think that's gone forwards, is it not? Backwards potentially from Bath. And Ibitoye feeds McGinty, who feeds the crowd. 50,000 strong inside the Principality Stadium today. Goes Daly Iskro got a hand on it, but it's fallen then for Van Sale, and here's Gonzalez. Van Sale again. Burke, that's wild, in behind the defence, and Elliott got a boot on it. But it's very scrappy from Saracens, and Dombrandt's looking to make the most of it for Quins. Oh, he's handed it to Van Sale. Long way to go, so threads it forwards. Elliott in a chase with Beard, and Beard is there first. 5 metres away from the Quins try line, and then sealing off at the ruck. Harlequins, Saracens with the penalty. Might go. Here they come.
He started onside.
Early and fast.
Advantage.
There's an advantage and a card on its way, as we can hear from Peter Allen. Saracens don't need to wait. It's Theo McFarland on his return. They have the first score of the afternoon here at Spurs, and it'll get worse from a Quins perspective as they go down to 14 men. Itoje takes the ball. Jamie George looking for support. Van Sale arrives. Oof, brilliant from Alex Goodies. Burke add on to Elliott for the try. Just when they needed it, just when they needed to reassert their authority. It's Tobias Elliott again, but do not underestimate the contribution of Alex Good. It's like a hesitation, isn't it? It's just in the mind of the defender, what's he doing? And that fraction of a second hesitation when he pulls it out, because Burke's at full tilt, there's not going to be any recovery. Itoje. Oh, what a ball! Gonzalez explodes through the hole, looks for the support. That's brilliant from Burke. Here's Van Sale, they're 5 metres away. Tompkins picks it up. That was not a knock-on in the eyes of the referee, and still he wrestles his way onwards. Van Sale, quick ball here, surely, and Harlequins are in trouble. Over the ball goes Dombrandt. That is some turnover. This is that Itoje, look, eyes on Launchbury, invites him out of the line to tackle him, then just drops it into the space. Really nice controlling of the feet there to allow the others to catch up.
Let's go then.
But then
No.
Evans, if this ball comes out of here, Saracens are walking in on the right-hand side. Else. Beard. And being chased down by Elliott. Oh, he slipped the net. Brilliant. Quite brilliant from Beard, and the inside ball will lead to the score. It's Ben Waghorn for Quins. They find their killer touch. It's taken the best part of an hour, but they're in the hunt now.
And it's the old wide play that you see from Quins. Reasonably paced ball, lovely little pop out the back, and then he straightens his head up, turns his shoulders, looks back to the inside, and Waghorn decides with nobody there what he's going to do is he's going to put the ball down.
Elliott trying to get the bounce. Follow-up tackle is strong, but Evans secures it for Quins.
Yeah, he's got a release. Got it.
Nailed it. Jamie Benson. A new name to conjure with for Quins. Appearing in the second half and changing the dynamic of this contest. And Else drops on it for Quins, and there's huge amounts of space on the outside here. Tearing forwards is Benson, who's done so much to cause trouble for Saracens today. In comes Lazowski looking to make amends for earlier.
Yeah, it's just the arm, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Pete, I'm happy, mate. I'm happy with what we've seen here. Okay, so is there head contact? Yes. Is there foul play? Yes. Not a high degree of danger, and because the player's dipping into contact, I'm mitigating it down from yellow to a penalty as well, same as last time.
Okay.
Thank you.
No bother whatsoever. Jamie Benson cool as ice, and Harlequins being driven towards the finish line here by their youngster. Looping nicely. Grantingham stayed down, he got bent back over his own leg. A penalty here to Quins. It's those Devils on the floor again. Quietly executed rucks potentially to try to wind the clock down from here.
Okay,
no,
back
the option is Porter's boot. That's good, field position.
Backwards by Quinn.
Such success there, they've got the ball back.
No, he's getting the ball, he never gets the
Desperate
ball.
scramble for possession from Itoje, but they release Nick David brilliantly from Hobson. Here's Porter! Harlequins spoiling Saracens' big day out. And after a really quiet start, they have exploded into life, and they've finished it in style. But they've dominated aerially today. Clock in the Reds, Will Evans has secured the ball. Porter and away for a famous, historic Harlequins victory. Their first away win over Saracens in 13 long years. Just to reiterate that one last time, Hugo, Harlequins pointless at the hour mark. They've won it by 23 points to 12. And Harlequins against Saracens. Sarri's getting us underway. Fergus Burke with the first kick of the game, and Daly's on the move. Up and into the 22, needs a kindly bounce here. Chisholm's lost it, and then it's been knocked on surely by Van Sale. But the Harlequins have given up the penalty.
You've played the ball on the ground?
100%, but we see from here, goes down on the ball. Then we get this knock on. Oh no, totally my bad. He calls it.
Walker to Lamb, and now the rumble. And it's brought down but by their own side, and Cunningham feeds it back. Chisholm goes into Reece Carey. Porter uses Levis. Good support from Walker, and look at the leg drive from the Quinn skipper. Lamositelli, former Saracen, to within a couple of metres, the short pop and the drive now from Chisholm. Quinn's really feeling it. Onwards through Baxter. Harlequins, baby-faced assassin. Late decision-making on the passes. This is Levis. Knee down there, and then he gets up and goes again. But then Lamositelli gets them even closer. And then that delay pass looks like it's going to Cunningham, popped up to Chizzo, and then they sweep back the other side.
Ball still in.
Again through the middle goes Willis. Look at the brute strength of the man. It's extraordinary what he's done there. Tizard now, against his former club, scores the try. Dragging his side back into contention. Here's the Willis carry. Marcus Smith, his target initially, but then he has to go through Lamositelli, Cunningham. But just watch here, Tizard doesn't go forward too quickly, and that forces the extra step from Chizzo, and he realises he can go over the top of him. He just allows the Harlequins defender to come, and then he jumps over the top of him. Zowski with the conversion, 7 points apiece as they head towards that 22. Herbst taking man and ball. Itoje's wound up with possession here as a consequence. Straight out of one breadbasket and into another.
Lost now. That's advantage over Sarries.
Because attack hasn't been all that fluid between both sides, we have seen a lot of kicking just to try and disrupt it. That one's gone a little bit longer.
Is Murley. Just for a minute, thought the space had opened up. Smith might find it. Keeps it alive. Porter's running a beautiful line. He's got options here. And Youngwell on the outside. Pins his ears back and scores for Quins. All good. That's what they can do when they're in the mood and there's a tiny chink of light. Harlequins. Disrupted turnover ball, the kick's a little bit too long, too much time on it for Murley. He finds the catalyst eventually by driving through the middle, and Smith sweeps round. Daly flies out of the line, But that Harlequins defensive line all drifting across, which is absolutely what Marcus Smith wants. He goes hard back against the grain, and then once they're in behind, then they can go back outside to where all those lumbering Saracens forwards have been lost. It's a clean strike, but it's wide, and the jeers ring out. McDavid after this, and the escort runners providing a clear passage for Alex Goods, and over it goes Jabulu for a really important turnover for Harlequins. He's got to get his skates on here. 3, 2, oof. A little bit of drama. Beyond struggle at the moment. Defeats to Sale and Saints, albeit by tight margins. This could be a real catalyst to their campaign, but Sarries on... Here's Earl. And they keep running into this Quins brick wall. They do have a penalty, though. Could be a little bit of a let-off from this situation, so although they'll want to always win every game, sometimes the really good coaches and the really good leaders just sneaks through, make those tough decisions. Actually, the countdown is on. Harlequins close. It's happened. It's finally happened. More than 1,700 days of waiting. Quins have beaten Saracens in the Premiership. 4 years of hurt, and here on this Sunday afternoon in southwest London, these men have done it. Heroic stuff.
Today, the chance to make a splash and not just secure that yearned-for first victory, but local bragging rights too. Does really well there to just grab an extra yard or two on the floor as a furiously squirming Faye Waboso. Well, it clattered the uprights several times by the sounds of it, but over it goes. Well, there's a head-to-head worth the ticket price alone. Ibitoye up against Faye Waboso, and the ball just about recycled by the barnstorming Bristolian winger. Marmion through the hands of Luatua, out onto the wing, and there's something on here, and here's that Bristol. There's going to be an almighty chase on from Hodge, but it won't be enough.
And this is absolute quality from Bristol. No space. Pace on the ball, pace off the ball. 2v1s time and time again.
Thank you.
Let the ball do the hard work. Kieran Marmion under the stick. Look at this. Run straight, come back in off your angles. Joe Batley doing brilliant just to suck the defence in. Really good angle to see.
Stay behind the ball, Kieran. Get behind the ball. Step back, half a step, you're right in front of the ball. Thank you.
But looks as though Rich Lane might have joined them. Skinner hurtles that one across the face of the defence of Bears, but over crashes one of Baxter's rookie wrecking balls in Paul Brown-Bampo.
Offside, never on.
Advantage going the way of Bears. It's a little pass off the chest of Luatua. Straightening is Janse van Rensburg, and splashing down in the corner is Joe Batley. Here is Street as the phases mount and the pressure builds, but still Chiefs not making it into the 22. They are being held at arm's length by a battalion of Bears. Faye Waboso, hungry for work, spots a gap, only needs a little chink of light to hurtle away. Who does something slightly more straightforward, but gets the job done just as well. Delay on that pass up and onto Vincent.
You moved out.
So strong, so powerful, but so quick too. Speaking of speed, down the touchline, Brown-Bampo not held, gets away. He's only gone and got himself a brace. Intercept from Faye Waboso, and if you want to stop Manny Faye Waboso, you're gonna have to catch him first. wave at the end is the exclamation point. He was bouncing and ricocheting through the midfield, and look at the line speed there from Vincent, but the ball's away, and with Ogre, and he scored a rolling maul try last week. He's produced something that is pure fireworks this time around. What overthrown line out. Harding, who's rootling for it now and just helping out at the breakdown, talking in the week about how they've taken the handbrake off. They've given themselves permission to lose, so long as they do it the Bears way. And this is the Bears way. Heads up rugby from McGinty. It lands right in the arms of Gabe Ibitoye.
You have a view of that pass because I was distracted. No, I wasn't.
I'm having a look now, mate.
We're going to head up to the TMO and check that everything is all right with that one. Michael Checker had a good look at him while he was still a teenager ahead of the last World Cup. So prodigious is the back. Speaking of talent, Janssen van Rensburg finding Ibitoye, two of the most dangerous athletes in the Premiership, in glorious, glossy, galloping tandem. Well scragged by Woodburn. So at home in that outside centre defensive berth, and now Randall always alert to opportunity, and Ibitoye will have his hat-trick in what has been the most topsy-turvy and entrancing of affairs.
I'll tell you what, Harry Randall has made a hell of a difference. Look at the line he takes here. Okay, he breaks in field, but look, he's come back towards the 5-metre line. That leaves the space on the outside for Ibitoye. If he runs straight, look, he comes off his left shoulder. It just means that it just creates another metre for Ibitoye. And then look, Josh Hodge is quick, but he made nothing on Ibitoye.
And the drama right up to Devonian skies before baying stands at Sandy Park, who now watch unappalled because Bears have done it.
Will Capon, come on, make a contribution. He was the one that made the tackle that led to the turnover. Bristol from nowhere have come down to Sandy Park and properly dusted up Exeter.
Well, the West Country right now is Bear country. One involvement, one.
Harding waits. A little bit of movement from Harding to draw in the tackles. On the edge of the Bristol City penalty box, the Leinsterman, Harry Byrne, makes sure it goes further wide, and the try scored by Jack Bates. 50th game as a Bear, and it's taken 90 seconds for him and his mates to puncture that Chiefs defence. Chiefs have a penalty. Well, they might have more. They're going to have a try. Martin Maloney. As rebalancing acts go, that is impressive.
Because 9 takes those few steps, he just draws him in, just entices him in, and as soon as he nibbles, lifts it up.
Ball won by Owen. Jimmy Root's late tackle, however, Williams goes through. We're not surprised about this start. We're in Bristol, for goodness sake. We're at Ashton Gate, for goodness sake. These things happen. These things are commonplace. Roots slams it up. Fisselau not far away, but behind him. And then the kick from Cohen to Hodge. Needs some decent step work. He was brought down, but off the floor, and Slade scores. And it is 4 tries in the opening 8 minutes.
Well, this is mad. I mean, it's another kick-off not received.
Yeah, you're right there, Nick. You definitely get value for money at your tickets.
You certainly do. What a start. What about this restart? Oh, it's shaken! Yes, Van Rensburg. I almost can't speak, which is a problem when you're doing this job. Well, I don't know, you come up with your own words, I'm running out of them. It's a 5th try. Burn. And then Gloucester with the link, Williams with the second, a little kiss towards those in the Attio stand, and then something more substantial. And the bonkers gets more and more bonkers. Yosefa Scott working, oh my goodness! That is, I think, the biggest hit of the season. Mata on Slade, meantime, on the try line. Chiefs looking to score through Jenkins, and they have.
Mata's thrown his weight around a bit this first 60 minutes. It's the 3rd big shot he's put in. My goodness, I haven't seen many of those. That is massive.
No problem.
We're just hearing the tackle is fine.
And the try's good as well.
Well, you could see the rather perplexed look on Henry Slade's face, the arms in the air, but he has been taken off for an HIA, we presume, because the doctors up in the stands have picked out something that they saw earlier. That's brilliant. Here comes another one. It's Bates. And the Bears have 5. Hodge did really well, a ball that was aching to go forwards, it didn't quite, and then the step from Hodge, that's something else. We're seeing a season's worth of highlights in half an hour here at Ashton Gate. Back from Hodge, down by his laces, picked it up, lift off. Well, the try's fine.
It's real
However,
time first, Carl.
David Rose has seen some head contact involving Santi Grondona, I think.
So those are the 2, Carl.
There is head contact, it is foul play because number 6 is upright. It's a high degree of danger because there's a lot of force in that head contact, and there's no mitigation because the step comes early rather than late. So 6 has time to adjust. So that red card.
Yeah, agree with that.
Premiership history.
No mitigation, high degree of danger.
Van Rensburg. Men very nearly through Luatua. Randall for history. Never had this many tries in a Premiership first half. Count them, 10 of them. Done. Maybe. Not quite. Mata. Luatua finds the line. A killer angle. An unstoppable angle. And the first try in the second half belongs to the Bears. Here they go, Randall, and then Byrne, and now Bates for the hat-trick.
He's willing to take it on. Just goes across field because he knows he needs to get to that last defender. Even rides the tackle. And this is great from Bates. Look at him, just holds up slightly.
That flat 18.
Cohen was ready for that ball away, but that was brilliant, and that is fabulous. Jack Yendall. Chiefs, big men conspiring, and that's a roar of defiance. Blose, signed from the Stormers this season. And again, Skinner just having a little rattle away at the lock. Brown Bampost come in field. Cohen lifted over the top to Rigg, hard running Rigg, will score. Bristol can finish the job. Listen to the roar, what a game. Glorious, dizzying chaos to the sound of the Wurzels. Bristol 52, Exeter 38.
Bristol get there and slow it up. Still sail possession. Ernst van Rijn, 6 metres out the Sharks. Johnny Hill. War. Ford pulling it back. Rob Dupree. Bevan Rod's got wheels. Bevan Rod's got a V8 engine. A crash bang wallop finish from the rampaging Luceds. He might have done himself a mischief in the process. And this passage of play symptomatic of their troubles in converting pressure into 5-7 points and more. McDonald takes uncontested. Now they find some space down the short side, and plunging through against his former club is Cam Niels. What a torrid start to life in Newcastle he's had. Forwards, Rob Duprea, a lot of runners here. Maasi White, gap cleaved open, and he's celebrating already. It's after Callum Chick picks up possession and then loses it. It's that right arm of Tom Roebuck there.
And that glances his arm, doesn't it?
And you can see his hand moves, so that should be given as a knock-on.
And then it seems to roll forwards. Are we both in agreement?
Yeah.
No try going back for that knock-on, correct?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And now Sale can apply some pressure. Ford moving it wide. Roebuck sizing up Callum Chick and Sammy Arnold. Cuts inside Chick. McDonald can't get him. Arnold can't get him. Lovely pass to Carpenter. That is caviar. Tom Roebuck taking names again. Rob Duprea applies the finish, but that was all about the 6'3" Sale thoroughbred on the wing.
He had absolutely no right to do what he did there. He was tackled 3 or 4 times in that play.
Have they got the fluency to open up a serious lead before the break? Forward to Ben Curry, to Maasi White. Carpenter, right up the middle he goes, bursting through the heart of Newcastle. Lemire hunting for the steal, couldn't get it. What hands that is! Oh, George Ford. Electric. 2 phases. Tom O'Flaherty's in. But have a look at this seed ball from George Ford. Just majestic.
Yeah, it's always pretty special, isn't it, when you go through on first phase ball and look at the execution.
McElroy to Hill. And an opportunity for Sale to wrap up this bonus point score.
No change, Cal.
McElroy in there, Roebuck's in there as well. Down the narrow side they go, and McElroy plunges over. Sale flex their muscles, and the bonus points is pocketed.
No.
Davis again, definitely up the tempo, the young man. Loose passes again, Sammy Arnold running backwards. Clark dummied the kick. Sam McIntyre wasn't buying it, and Sale do win the penalty, and it is Sam Dugdale. There has been a formal review signal by TMO Andy Jackson. Just wants to show us a head-on-head collision. There it is. Didn't see it at first. McIntyre on Max Clark. And the yellow is brandished to a few jeers. Thomas. Ford, neat handling to Maasi White. Angles of running, so cutting. Thomas caught at the base. Neild came through on him. Ford, oh, the box kick, cross kick. Oh, how about that? He's a magician. The sorcerer of Salford. How on earth has he done that? Carpenter scorches in to finish it brilliantly, but George Ford is playing with X-ray vision.
That was brilliant to watch.
Arnold picks and jams. Thomas gets to him. The Chavez standing guards. Time is up. Callum Chick, the captain's last stand. The Chavez. Shackle just short. Blind they go, over they go, and in they go. Richard Palfreman with the final act of the match. Does give Newcastle something to cling to. Wilkinson from the touchline. Not quite. Wide it goes, but it has no bearing on the final outcome of this one. A much-needed win for Alex Sanderson's visitors from Manchester here at Kingston Park. Back among the victories, back on the horse. Full time at Kingston Park. Newcastle Falcons 15, Sale Sharks 39.
Good to go.
No great geographical proximity between these two. Nearly 150 miles of motorway tarmac separate them, but they are united in their fierce pride at being the northernmost clubs. War again, Van Rijn. Rob Dupree, unorthodox. Reid on his bootlaces. He's got gas, far too much gas. From a standing start, Aaron Reid scorches Falcons' fingertips.
Aaron Reid's already calling for it. And as a result, you just see Rob Dupree. It's not his best kick, but he just knew that he was in acres of space. The threat there was being charged down or a defender getting to him. He knew if he could just lift it enough over the head, there was room for Reid to finish off. Really good kick. And that guy, so much power.
November 2022 against Gloucester. The last win on the road, 700 days. Carpenter, that's magnificent. Over the top beautifully to Reid. 1-on-1 with Radwan. This will be interesting, and Reid makes it. It was the foot race we've dreamed of.
Just means that it dies and sits up perfectly for him. Looks like it's going to be the fullbacks, but he just continues to accelerate. And then as he pirouettes out of the tackle, to have the wherewithal to drop the ball over the top of the head of the next defender. Just watch this for an offload. Spin over Radwan's head, perfectly weighted, and then Reid just uses that fear from Radwan that he might get done on the outside to step back inside, and then he's always going to have the momentum regardless of who's quicker between them.
Competing with the likes of George Furbank, Freddie Stewart for that 15 jersey over the coming seasons. Sale again camped on Newcastle's front lawn, and this Maul is on roller skates so far, crabbing their way infield. Cowan Dickey, did he ground it?
Hold.
If Callum Chicks held that up, he needs some medals.
It's an automatic, so if it's a penalty try, you have to give a yellow card if you can identify the culprit.
I think that's harsh, because I don't know whether Chick is over the line at that stage, in which case he can collapse.
Again.
Yes, that's 8 there on the goal line.
If his feet are over the line, he's over the line. Yeah. I think he's okay.
Partly because even if you don't get them going, to get that right shoulder up, get Harper up on your tight head side, take the back row away, and Curry can potentially break. They've won the penalty, they've got a free shot, so he'll flick it up and they'll play.
War to Addison, punching straight through the middle. That's the bonus points.
Complicated move, just that flat decoy runner and then the ball in behind. So get that first defender to step on the decoy, and then actually as the player tries to get back out, he bumps into another Sale player, and that just gives Addison enough momentum to get himself over the line. You've lost a game, but this is their normal for them, and how do they get out of that? It is very, very soul-destroying.
Sale looking to inflict more pain. Bedlow ruptures them through the middle. The hands are slick. Roebuck 1v1. What a step! Sends Ben Stevenson halfway back to Newcastle. Tom Roebuck, predatory. Sale ruthless.
In the midfield by the pass from Dupree, but lovely little break. Just that right foot step and accelerate out the back door, and then that pass over the top. Absolutely stunning. It's Ben Curry, it's not Dupree. There's the break from Bedlow, out the back door. Curry's on his shoulder, but rather than head down, he realises the wide player's closing on him, throws it over the top. And to be fair to Stevenson, because he's so out of position and has to race over to that side, he has to overshow his hand. And the timing of the step from Roebuck, perfect.
They've done the first part of the job. Off the top from Chick. Hutchison, route one, slipping tackles, sliding up to the line. Held just short, but penalty advantage. Might be more punishment coming.
That's a try.
But they're over, they've got the try. Newcastle finally have something.
Good decision from Carl Dixon, because I think, yeah, it comes in from the side and then blocks the ball. So definite yellow card, really good decision. And then let's just have a look as he goes over the line. Just keeps it under his torso, doesn't he, regardless of whether...
Be some bruised Falcons bodies out there. Beaumont's good shot coming in from Chick, lined up Josh Beaumont. Duprea sticks it on the toe. Roebuck will rise, he'll take sensationally and score. King of the skies.
But how about this take? A long way to travel, but Roebuck gets up early, uses his left shoulder to block any attempt to get to the ball. And then not only does he come down with it, but lands in a way that allows him to get back to his feet and just get back and up and over the line before the cavalry arrive for the Falcons.
Brilliant shots from the Cinecam in the in-goal area. There's probably a red card down the road at Old Trafford.
In 5.
And we're tougher than that in rugby. Final play of the match.
That's once.
Sale might want to just call it a day. They've got their bonus points secured, and they've got another big win secured too. Newcastle Falcons winless streak goes on. 25 Premiership games without victory.
And a full-throated Premiership derby then, dripping in history and intensity and raw aggression. It means the world. Looks like the tap and go. It's Tom Dunn, who's been a warrior of these derby days for some 12 years or more, and here he is in the carry. 3 metres away from the try line. Back they come to the shorter side, and Barno clatters through. First try of the afternoon, first blood to Bath at Kingsholm.
The try is good.
Advantage, clearly slowed the ball. Jackering
with the advantage now, Atkinson got it away, Anscombe, Llewellyn, Hathaway steps on the gas, plenty to do here, keeps it alive brilliantly, Llewellyn! Gloucester in full cry, and that is the new Gloucester here at Kingsholm in front of a full house.
He gets the try, but it's a complete team try. We just see some of this attack. It's fast. Sogbon gets the ball away, just moving the point of contact all the time. And here we see it again. As soon as the penalty, the ref arm goes out, they're willing to play, shifting it. They've got numbers on the outside, but there's still work to do here. Holding the ball, perfect timing, get to the edge, find an offload. I mean, it's a great offload on the inside too early. Just what Gloucester would have wanted.
Well, brilliant acceleration from Hathaway, but the wherewithal is for Gloucester now. There he is, just lurking on halfway, on the ball now. Atkinson to Atkinson, and Atkinson again, and this is now Carrera, space on the outside. Thorley pins his ears back. Great tackle from Russell. Takes some stopping, Ollie Thorley. Russell did well, but the space is there for Clement, and Clement is within a metre or so. Tomas Williams diving, darting, and scoring. Once more, Kingsholm on its feet.
But Gloucester have just got far too much momentum, and everyone just looks really comfortable on the ball. Clement was going hard, and that's all they needed. Tomas Williams sees a gap. He doesn't need a second opportunity.
Tomas Williams keen to put some width on it. Thorley keen to run as ever. To that short side again. Lovely work from Mercer. Bursting forwards, drawing the man, and still going, and the offload's so good. Tomas Williams, and inside, and over the line. Wow. And there it is.
All good.
Charlie Atkinson scores Gloucester's third. Clattered in that midfield. Gloucester spread left. Barbary finding holes, battering through Tomas Williams. Bath with their tails up again. Russell, inside ball to Redpath, to Russell. Oh, it's magnificent. Has he rolled and scored?
Might need to check that, Adam. Might need to check it.
Spencer coming rumbling around the corner as Maloney. Dutoy, brilliant leg drive. Oh, Abano again! He's found a way through.
Yeah, I'm going to knock you out.
Just scurried his way towards the try line. And that's 2 for Benno Abano this afternoon. Bath then searching for a bonus point try. And Ross Maloney pops it out to Spencer. Lovely ball for Lawrence to absolutely hammer onto. Spencer! And bodies underneath him.
He's offside.
Yeah, just double check, just double check.
Russell
Coetzee, expect to see him on the carry a great deal. Russell again, Ted Hill. Bath just beginning to look a little bit more fluent now. Russell hit late, Lawrence keeps it alive quite brilliantly. Red path to Bayliss, and Bayliss is home and hosed. Without enough players at the breakdown, got to commit sufficient numbers. Mercer again over the top, and gathered in by Butt, and away come Bath, and de Glanville's gone. Gotovtsev is burnt off, and Tom de Glanville almost certainly wins the game for Bath. What a turnaround. Unfortunately, an infringement there also, so Gloucester on the move. Williams to Blake. Bath shirts there in good numbers for the time being. Thorley wrestles through. Oh, that's magnificent. An act of defiance from Ollie Thorley. This is slow progress, at least for Bath, but they are making headway incrementally. Coetzee with another important burst forwards. And now potentially some width, and Lawrence breaking free for a score. A really, really important one. Lots of combinations available. Bath edging forwards here, looking to kill this off. Niall Annett. Very, very close indeed. He turns, and there's the next score. The score that really kills things off and brings up 50 at Kingsholm.
But he's our Gallagher Premiership player of the match. Superb.
Wide they go to Emmons. Lawrence running a support line here. Emmons still moving. And they're struggling to contain Bath on that left flank. The ball finding its way into touch and prompting the end of a thunderous derby. And Tom Dunn is charged with getting the first bit right. It's to Ewells. Here's Spencer, and through the middle comes Redpath, driven to within 5. Still they keep it tight. Just a metre away, Spencer.
Never left his hands. Never left his hands.
Bayliss waits for the moment. Pepper to his right, and that's come off someone's face, and Clement tidies it up for Gloucester. Oh, now it's with Pepper. It is crazy. Pepper for the line. Has he twisted? He has! Somehow. He's got that ball down amidst a forest of bodies. Gloucester need quick ball here. Tomas Williams whips it away. Clark, Barton, Carreras, Fazogbon. Wide they go. Here's Clement. Jack Clement pins his ears back and tears over. Well, that's why the Cherry and White fans are up on their feet. Pepper waits. Drives to the post. They've got another advantage here, Bath. Russell wants it. Russell has it. Oh, that's glorious. Ajomo is in. Finn Russell again. A master at the gain line. Rising expectation levels at the Rec. Popped away by Ewells. Redpath running hard to the line. Spencer, Barbary, through the tackle of Clement, still going. Spencer wants it. Dutoy, he'll take some stopping. Almost every single match, the tank is on the score sheet. And Spencer firing that as deep as he can. He's found Carreras, though. Harris. What a line that is from Atkinson. And here's Tomas Williams. Once again, Gloucester striking from deep, seemingly with not too many options available. There are always options as far as George Skivington's men are concerned. Oh, what a charge down that is from Will Muir. That'll go in the history books. Taking a little bit of time to get to his feet. And through they go, Gloucester. Ruan Ackerman, he's got Williams on his shoulder. Thomas struggling to keep up. Tomas Williams steps Russell, fends, gets it away. Seth Blake! Bottle it up, Cherry and White fans. These are special moments. That's a special score, and now there's a fight to boot.
Well, this try's got everything, Ali. It was Guy Pepper and Thomas Williams having a little bit of afters on the floor. And then Ludlow comes in to look after his man, and Bayliss doesn't like it.
Pepper. And the ball there to be won. Blake coming through the middle. Fazogbon also. Sarah Cox doesn't like it. Taken quickly. Russell! Sharp of thoughts. Gloucester napping, or rather trying desperately to suck in some oxygen. In the meantime, Finn Russell was taking charge, and he was grabbing Bath's bonus point. Oh, hello. It's taken to Barbary, who fires it away, but it's not the 40-minute mark. He's decided to kick that dead with some 30 seconds still on the clock.
So it's a 5-minute scrum attack.
It's the big tight head who's being given the duty here. Little tap, sets off towards the line. Blake, Clement, no, he's dropped it. And Bath might be off the hook, it might have gone backwards. Barton picks up that beautiful wide ball, and Gloucester have their try bonus too. Little bit of fortune in amongst all of that from Jack Clement near the post. Adjudged to have gone backwards. Up goes Bayliss. Forward come Gloucester defensively, and Redpath operating in limited space. Oh, Pepper finding yet more space and rolling to within 2 metres of the try line. In goes Wade, and the penalty is given up by Gloucester. Watch carefully. And there's a yellow card for Christian Wade. Gotovsev on, and Cam Jordan for Freddie Clark as well in the second row. Bath for 2 more minutes, playing with an extra man, and it's Tom Dunn who's rumbling forwards, and they're looking ever more threatening here. Dunn is short. Now the plunge for the line. Will Stewart grabs a 5th for Bath. Excellent work from Ted Hill. Driven on again now by Coetzee. Scroder, Underhill, loose, but it might just work. Good step from McConaughey. He'll be short. Lays it up again. Scroder and onwards. One more surge, they're through. And it's a popular score too. Sam Underhill, who's endured his fair share of injury woes. Overlapping that with layers of attack and adventure and excitement, to the point where now they are the firm leaders of the pack. Bath with another bonus point win. Full time, Bath 42, Gloucester 26.
Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any Gallagher Premiership Rugby action.